Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Today we're back with a very quick update with regards to update 1.21 that is coming tomorrow on Wednesday the 20th of June. As you can see there, we've got a notification that it's coming and there will be an update, it says here, after the maintenance period has finished in the morning. Now this is obviously mainly to do with the FIA Championship, which is starting on the same day. However, there is a possibility that some of the features that we've been expecting have been obviously delayed until this update is coming out tomorrow. So I wanted to discuss the possibilities of what could be coming in this update. I have no idea, I'm not 100% sure what is definitely going to be coming or what might be coming, but I have a feeling that there's a chance that the tyre model that we've been waiting for, it would make sense for that to come in this update. When you think about it, it kind of needs to come before the FIA season starts, because we're picking our cars for the 3 seasons, and I'm going to do a video about this as well, because there's some really important information that you need to know before you pick your manufacturer. Obviously they've decided that they're not going to release the opportunity to pick your manufacturer until after this patch has been out. That is my guess, because there's going to probably be a BOP change tomorrow morning with this update that is going to probably alter some cars. My guess is the Megane Group 4 car is going to get a little bit of a nerf and it's going to be a bit weaker. How much this is going to be weaker, we don't know. It could just be a small added weight, or it could be a decrease in power. My guess is it's going to add weight rather than decrease in the power, because the power is already very low. I just hope they don't do it too much that makes it completely pointless to use, because there's a fine line with adding weight to cars, because obviously if they're 1% of 1,000 is a lot more than 1% of like 400 horsepower. So they need to be very careful with this, how much they add to it. It does need a little bit of a nerf. I think a 1% weight increase would probably make it a little bit more, less overpowered on some tracks, and it'd be really interesting. I think it'd still be a good car, but if they add like 2-3% weight to that car, it could completely make it pointless, because the power would not be able to cope with that amount of an increase, I don't think. So that car is going to be up in debate. I'm still totally unsure what manufacturer I'm going to pick. I need to see what's in this update, what BOP changes there are. I need to test out the new tyre model as well, because if you need to bear in mind that in the Group 3 cars, there's certain Group 3 cars that are very, very dodgy on tyre wear. We know about the Renault RS01, we know about the Ferrari. These cars are not great on tyre wear. If this new tyre model, if it does come tomorrow, which I'm not sure, it might not come, but if it does, this new tyre model could really affect them cars in terms of, if it's a little bit harder to drive and it has less grip, and they haven't altered the handling of these cars to counter that, then the RS01 is going to be a horrible car to drive on certain tracks. We know about Suzuka, we know about its difficulties on the hairpin. The Ferrari, I would not go near that car if it makes it even harder, because it's already hard enough to drive as it is, and the tyre wear on that car is just awful. So if it got worse, it would be pretty much impossible to drive. So these are all factors that need to be tested tomorrow, and I don't even know if I'm going to get time to do it, purely because obviously I'm going to be getting the videos out for this update. I want to test this update out. I want to give everyone the information in terms of what new features have been added. There could be no new features, we don't know. We could jump on tomorrow and we could have wet weather, we could have tracks with wet weather, we could have tyre model, we don't know. I know that they were talking about the wet weather months ago. It must have been about 4, 5, 6 months ago when I read an article that the producer of Gran Turismo, Kaz, mentioned that they were working on the wet weather for only the tracks that would get wet weather in real life. Obviously this wet weather will not be dynamic, it will be static, so you'll start and it will be either intermediate or heavy. There won't be any changes in weather, and he mentioned that it would only be coming to tracks, like I said, that would get these weathers in real life. So Willow Springs will not get any weather changes if they decided to add this patch in with wet weather. I'm just talking what could be added, so don't be thinking this is coming tomorrow, because no one knows. We all know how secretive they are. They don't give much information on. This could just be a very basic update. It could have nothing in it. It could just be a basic BOP change, maybe a few cars, and maybe a track variety added to the game. No one is sure what's going to be coming in this update, but if it does, if this weather does come with, they've been talking about it for so long, and it feels like it's got to be close. It can't be that far away from getting done. And my theory on the whole weather situation in terms of adding wet tracks was they would wait until the new tyre model was ready. So it would make sense for them to introduce the tyre model and the wet weather together. Whether this happens is totally up in the air. My theory is that they probably would have been working on this update for longer than the other updates. It could have been an update a big update. Companies will always work on one big update that they keep working on in the background while the smaller updates come out. I know this from my experience when I used to go to Evolution Studios with Drive Club. They used to have like a main update that they would keep working on while the smaller updates would keep coming out on. So this could be a big update, who knows. It's going to be really interesting to see what comes in the morning, and I will be getting on, like I say, first thing in that morning, downloading the update. I know I could set it to automatic download, but that is not the most reliable way. I always find that you could be sat there and it won't download it for an hour after the update is out. So I will get up, make sure that I get this update done, and then I'll get on the game and I'll see what's been added, and I'll see about the BOP changes. Normally don't get added the information from them until a bit later on in the day, so that may be done in a separate video, but I want to get up and get everything looked at straight away in the morning. Try and get a video out before lunchtime for everyone that obviously wants this information, that you could be at work. I want to get this information out so you can see the information and what's been added, as it's going to be really interesting. Like I say, what's coming to the game, I have no idea. No, I don't think many people do. I think some of the people at the Nürburgring Live Final might have more of an idea what's coming in this update than myself. I know a lot of them said that the time model wouldn't be coming on the last patch because they said they were going to wait for a bit, and this is why I feel like it might come in on this patch. They were driving it on the Nürburgring Live Final, so if you were driving it there, it must have been close to being done. So that would have been the main patch that I was talking about in terms of the extra features that were probably getting worked on in the background while the smaller updates were coming out. So let's just see what comes tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to getting on the game and seeing what's coming, and also finding out the schedule for the race. I know we've got the track schedule for the first 4 races, some interesting tracks, some tracks that I have never been on this game. It's going to be really I'm not looking forward to some of the track selections. The Group 3 tracks are good, but I'm not the strongest at them tracks in Group 3. So it's going to be interesting, especially with picking the car. There's been some announcements of like Nissan have done a thing, so if you pick their manufacturer and you win the manufacturer thing with their car, you get chosen to go to certain events and stuff. However, Nissan for me is not an option. I tried the Group 3 version of that and it was a death trap for me. I felt like getting on the power was too risky. It felt like an inconsistent car for me. The Group 4 car is very nice. It's consistent, it's easy to drive, but the Group 3 car for me felt too, I'd say it was more just as erratic as the Ferrari, so I doubt I'll be picking that Nissan at all really. So anyway, just a very quick update. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I'm praying that this is going to be a big update that fixes so many of the problems in terms of the penalty system. We need this penalty system better before this FIA season starts, so let's hope the penalty system is adjusted. Let's hope we've got maybe a new track. Let's hope that we possibly have this new tyre model in with maybe wet weather, and we can bring some people back into this game, because I feel like a lot of people have started to stray away from this game recently. I think they've got a bit annoyed with the penalty system. I think they've got annoyed at the lack of new features, and I really hope that Polyphony have pulled out the stops with this patch and are going to bring some really interesting stuff to the game, because I think it needs it to bring people back into it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this very quick update. I'm going to obviously be doing every single FIA race, top split races normally. My driver rating's around 71,000, maximum is 75, and hopefully I can get reasonably high up and get myself that star player rating. It's not guaranteed. It all depends on the car that I pick and whether I go for a safe choice or whether I risk something. I really have no idea what I'm going to pick yet. So if you're interested in seeing some of these races, I do commentate on every single race. I try and give everyone as much feedback and help in the races I do, whether it be fuel management, whether it be strategy, tactics. I try and help as much as I can, so I will be doing that in every single FIA race I do. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Click that notification button so you don't miss any future videos, and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching, everyone.